Hi, this is Darren Power from bettingschool.com. In this video today I want to show you how to get started with automating some of your betting tasks. I'm going to be using this piece of software called Betting Assistant, and it's an excellent flexible little tool that allows you to link it to a Excel spreadsheet and to automate the placing of your bets. Now this can be quite simple using some functions within Excel, but it can also be quite complex if you can write Excel macros. Today we're going to look at a very simple little system that you can use to place some bets with this betting assistant. Now I've got the software open and I've loaded up all the day's races, and I've also got a spreadsheet open ready to link to. So the first thing to do is we want to tell this software to automatically select the markets, and what that does is you can set it to just before a market starts to put that market into the screen, so that way you can have a system of betting that will cycle through each race throughout the day and place your bets for you on each market as they become active. So I've just told the software to go to each race 1 minute before the official off time. So the next race is the 16:20 at Wetherby, and at 16:19 the software will automatically step onto that race and display those details on the screen. So that's the first part of what we want to do with the software. We want it to automatically step through each race and process those races consecutively. The second thing we want to do is to link it to our spreadsheet. And if I click on this Excel menu, click on Log Current Prices, and then I select my Excel workbook from the list. I've only got one open, so there's only one there. It's book 1, the first sheet, and I want it to start in the top left hand corner. I'm going to enable triggered betting. I'm not going to show the balance for now. You can have the balance transferred to the spreadsheet, which might be useful if you want to operate some sort of staking plan and you want to know the result of a previous race before betting on the next one, but we're going to save that over to a more advanced video that we will produce later. I've got the clear trigger switched on, which we probably won't use in this demonstration, and I've also got the clear bet references on auto select marker, and what that means is each time it moves to the next horse race that it will clear the bet references in the spreadsheet, which will allow us to place a new bet on that next market. Hopefully that will become clearer as we move forward. So I click OK, and then if I go to my spreadsheet, actually there's no data in there because we're not on an active race. So if I click on the next race, the 16:20 at Wetherby, and now you'll see the data appears in my spreadsheet. So I have the date of the race, I have when this spreadsheet was last updated, and it's updating about every second. I have how long it is until this race is off, which can be useful if you want to do things a certain time before the off time. I've got the total money matched, and then down here I've got the list of all the horses in that race and each of the 3 back and lay positions. If we go to the middle here, then the current best back price is 2.66 and there's £274 available. The best lay price, it's moved, that's now 2.66 and there's 651 available to lay. If I scroll across to the right here, this is the area where we trigger a bet. Now the way a bet is triggered is using these 3 cells here, and all we do is we put in a stake. I'll put in £2. We put in the odds that we'd like. I'm going to put some high odds so the bet will be triggered but it won't actually get matched, so I'll just put 10 to 1 in there, or sorry, 9 to 1 odd, decimal odds 10. And then the trigger to place a back bet, I just have to put the word back into that cell. As soon as I press enter, it will go away and place that bet. And you can see I have a bet reference, the time the bet was placed, and how much was matched, which as expected is nothing. If I go back to Betting Assistant, you can see the bet is there. I can also cancel that bet, which I'll do, and then I'll just clear those cells because we're going to do something different. So what I thought I'd do for this demonstration is make a simple system that would lay a particular horse if particular conditions were met. There's a lot of systems about at the moment that recommend you lay the second or third favourite under certain circumstances. So I thought I'd produce a little spreadsheet that lays the third favourite, and what we'll do is I think we'll layer if the price is bigger than 5, smaller than 8. Now the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to set myself up with some flags, and these are just little yes/no triggers that will tell me if the conditions are met. So I'll have one. I'm going to put them over here, by the way, to the right of the screen. This is an area that's not used by the betting assistant software, and is safe for me to put things into. By the way, I forgot to mention, this software is an absolute bargain. You can, it's very versatile, and you can use it for £5 a month. That's how much the registration costs, so it's an absolute bargain. If you want to find it, just go to Google and search for GRUSS, G-R-U-S-S, software, and it usually comes up top in the rankings on Google. You'll be able to find it that way. So I'm going to set my flags up over here. I'm going to have one flag to say the odds are bigger than 5. I'm going to have one to say that they're also smaller than 8, and I'm going to have another flag because I'm going to put in a third factor, and I'm going to say that the third favourite is more than 2 points away from the favourite. So 2.0 greater than 5. Now, so I'm going to make those flags, and as I said, I'm choosing the third favourite. Now, what I'm actually going to choose is the third horse down according to Betfair. Now, that's not always the third favourite, and actually it isn't just now. Look, the second one down, Herbie, is a bigger price than the third one. So there's ways of fixing that if you want to write more elaborate macros to do that, but for this demonstration we're just going to assume that we're going to lay the one in the third position. So I'm going to set up my flag with some if statements. Okay, so I'm going to use an if statement. Now how this works is it's just it's a simple Excel function, and it says if this then that, if not then the other. That may sound strange, but it should make sense as I input it. So to get the if statement, if I click on this little FX next to the bar here at the top, it brings up the function box. I select if from the list and click OK. So first of all, I want to do my logical test, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the lay price for the third favourite, which is here in cell H7, and I'm going to say if that is greater than 5, then I'm going to have the flag be a 1 if it's true and a 0 if it's false. So that's my first flag. And then my second flag, I'm going to say is the price smaller than 8. So I click on the function again, choose if, and my logical test is are the lay odds, which as I said are in cell, where did I say they were? H7, smaller than 8 if it's true, a 1 if it's false, a 0. And then my third flag is I'm going to check that the price is more than 2 points bigger than the favourite. Now I should say this is not a system that I'm telling you is going to work and make lots of money. It's just a system I've just plucked out of my head to demonstrate what you can do with this software. So you need to do your own research to find out what will work and what won't.